What is the strangest mystery that is still unsolved? An unknown group of people broke into an FBI building, and no one has found out who they are. But the best part of the story is, they did it by leaving a sticky note that said, "Do not lock the door tonight," and it worked. Edit: to everyone asking how they left the note, they just stuck the note to the front door. Probably should have specified. Edit 2, I'm an approved member of R. What's the rule now? Edit 3, I know it's been solved. I heard about it 8 years ago, and never learned that it was solved. This is my favorite weird and barely known one. Back in 2013, an unknown Group AA power substation in California. By all appearances it was pretty sophisticated, scouted firing positions. All casings wiped of prints. They targeted transformers so they'd take time to overheat before triggering any alarms. Also knew exactly when the police would arrive. No suspect or motive to this day. They also cut some fiber optic cables in a vault nearby. Conspiracy types think it was a dry run by Russia or possibly China to see how effective an attack like that might be. https://yen.wikipedia.org/wiki/metcalf_sniper_attack. Who was Perseus? From 1943 to 1946, the Soviet Union had a high-level spy in the Manhattan Project, codenamed Perseus. This spy was a scientist at the White Sands missile testing site in NM and the main research facilities in Los Alamos. Perseus saw pretty much the entire project start to finish, giving the Russians everything they needed to get to work on their own bomb. The fact that they were able to do so within 4 years of the end of World War II when their nation was still devastated is proof positive that Perseus helped a great deal. And to top it all off, Perseus was never caught or positively identified. What on earth happened to the Trump family? So it's this Australian family who owned a berry farm. Somehow Mr. and Mrs. Trump and their 3 grown kids developed the belief that they weren't safe and they needed to flee their farm without cell phones or anything traceable, credit cards, etc. It sounds like the oldest son wasn't sold on whatever it was that led them to flee. He brought his phone, but eventually it got tossed from the car. He ended up bailing first and taking a train home. From there the rest of the family slowly separated and suffered various degrees of emotional breaks. The 2 girls stole a car. Somehow they got separated and one made it home, but the other was found on the floor in the backseat of some guy's car in a catatonic state. He spotted her after he started down the road. Eventually the parents were found wandering around aimlessly. Fortunately they were all okay physically, but WTF happened? Was someone actually after them? Were they delusional? As far as I know, the family hasn't released any updates. The whereabouts of the last Gestapo chief Heinrich Müller. The last verified sighting of him was in Berlin roughly 3 days before it fell. He had stated he knew full well what the Russians did to prisoners and he had no intentions of being captured. As chief of the Gestapo, he more than likely had access to foreign documents as well as ways to replicate them. Both the CIA and the KGB spent time looking for him, but no trace has ever been found. Asha Degree. Girl leaves her house in the middle of the night during a storm and disappeared. The only problem is that she was terrified of thunder and lightning and had no motive for leaving, because her home life was fine. Then her clothes and backpack were found a year later in an abandoned construction site. Is this the girl wearing all white that they think is buried in a parking lot? The USS Cyclops, a coal ship, disappeared with 306 men. The largest U.S. Navy loss of life that didn't involve combat. https://yen.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/us_cyclops_opening parenthesis act-4 closing parenthesis. Of the 4 built, 3 sank without a trace. Sounds like you could solve this mystery by making a model of the ship. Nice try, Netflix. You have to find interesting unsolved mysteries yourself. Nah man, we're an agency. I bet you can't guess which one. Winking face. Also clear your search history. The suicide of Ellen Greenberg. 27 stab wounds in different areas of the body. Edit. 20 stab wounds. 27 was her age at the time of death. Thanks for correcting. CMART 4165. Honestly, that's unreal. I'm glad the parents fought it. Looks like the case is going to trial next year. I hope the medical examiner doesn't die of suicide before he has to testify why he changed the cause of death at the insistence of the police department. Will the Delphi murders ever be solved? Who was the man on the bridge behind them? Edit. Oh my goodness. My first gold thingy awards. Thanks! Exclamation mark. Edit 2. Here is a source. Lowgreen does a good write-up over it. Our true crime discussion. Although I don't think it's been updated. https www.reddit.com/r/truecrime discussion/comments/64gxko/delphi_murders_up_view_and_theories. Which of the 3 astronauts aboard Apollo 10 was responsible for the floating turd? Who pooped the bunk? Excuse me, what? There are a few that bug me. The Sauter children. Their house burned down in the middle of the night. Several of the kids were presumed dead, but their bodies were never found in the debris and it never burned hot enough to cremate them. It started to look extremely suspicious, and the parents until their deaths believed that they had been taken for some reason. Many years down the line they did receive a photo and cryptic note from someone claiming to be their son, but it was never authenticated. https://yen.wikipedia.org/wiki/sauter_children_disappearance. The boy in the box. A deceased little boy, found beaten, recently shaved of his hair and abandoned in the box for a bassinet that he was way too old for. The photos and reconstructions of him released to the public in the desperate hope of identifying him are haunting. https://yen.wiki.org/wiki/boy_in_the_box_opening parenthesis Philadelphia closing parenthesis. The St. Louis Jane Doe. A little girl found in an abandoned house, decapitated and bound at the hands. They have no dental records or facial reconstruction to go from. The case has led nowhere. She's just nameless. Lost to time. https://yen.wiki.org/wiki/st_louis_jane_doe. Tri-state crematory. A devastating case of a man called back from his college football career to take over his father's business when the father fell ill. Over time people started noticing bodies and body parts on the grounds, just hanging around. When someone finally took the reports seriously, they found that he'd been piling bodies up randomly all over the property, often when it would have been much easier to cremate them instead of hauling them around to where they were dumped. The guy gave families canisters of cement dust instead of ashes. The mystery on this one is why? The guy never gave up the answer to what happened there and will only insist that there are no answers. His lawyer theorized he had mercury poisoning from cremating amalgam fillings. But that doesn't really explain why you would dump a body instead of cremating it when the latter takes less effort. https://yen.wiki.org/wiki/try-state_crematory_scandal. The West Memphis 3 case. All of the satanic panic mess obscured so much that will probably go unanswered now. A bloody man covered in mud stumbled into a Bojangles the night those little boys went missing. Cops barely investigated that incident and lost the blood evidence they did collect regarding it. What was going on with John Mark Byers and Terry Hobbs? Two dads of 2 of those kids. both turning up with evidence and acting at different points like they may have been involved. https://yen.wikipedia.org/wiki/west_memphis_3 where the ever-loving sea are all the severed human feet coming from. https://yen.wikipedia.org/wiki/salish_sea_human_foot_discoveries. Lars Mittink, a German tourist on vacation in Bulgaria. He got into a fight and the medical complications kept him from going home on a flight with his friends, staying behind. It looks like his mental state unraveled completely over the course of a few days. Increasing paranoia eventually culminating in his complete disappearance into a field of sunflowers. http://culturecrossfire.com/etc/unsolved-Lars Mittink/